Great, now I want to fill the brown box with 64 little squares, where the actual checkerboard pattern. I could easily go here and write 64 different divs here. And using the emmet, it's much more easier. Even we can do it like this. But no, we don't want to do it like that. We want to generate them using JavaScript. So first thing is that I would go here and give an ID to the div so that the JS can find it. So let's give the ID of board here. And then right before the end tag of the body, I would add a script tag. So something like this. And I would say the source is a JavaScript file that we would define. Let's call this game.js. The important detail is that the script goes after the board div, because the script needs the div to already exist when it runs, because it's going to use it. Alright, now let's first go to the style and style our board the way that we want. Then we would write the JavaScript. So here in the board, I want this to be a grid of 8 by 8. So the best way of doing this, or maybe the easiest way, is using the grid system. And then I would say the grid dot template rows is 8. So we are going to have 8 rows and 8 columns. So here I can say repeat and then 8, and each part is going to get one fraction. We would do the same for the columns. Great. Now, in order to make sure, we would go here and say we are going to have 64 div like this. And then we would go here and open our developer tools, going here. And then you can see we have all the cells here. Okay, great. Now let's go back, remove this. And then to the JavaScript. So let me go here and first have the game.js here. So here I would go and say I have a board element, and this board element will be the element that I just set. So it would be document that get element by ID, and then the ID is board. Now I need to run 2 loops, one for the row and one for the column. So it means that I would go for each row like this, and for each of the row I would need to count from 1 to 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and for each of them create a cell here. So 8 rows, and for each row 8 columns. So we would have a for loop. Now this would be for R for the row, and up to 8. Great. Now in here we would have another for loop, this time for C, and still up to 8 like this. Okay. Now here we need to create a div element and add it to the page. So we would say the square is going to be document dot create element, and the element is going to be div. Now remember that this div is just created, it's not been added to the board, so we need to add it to the board. So board element dot append child sq. Now if I go back, you can see that we have all the divs, but we wanted them to have the checkers pattern as well. So let's go here and give a class name to the div that we are going to add. Now as I said, it would be one light, one dark, one light, one dark. How do we recognize which one is light, which one is dark? Well, the trick is using a simple equation. So when the row plus the column is odd, the square is dark. When it's even, it's light. So for row 0, column 0, it would be dark. For row 0, column 1, it would be light. So if I have like the board like this, and then I start from, let's say here, right? So this is row 0, 1, 2, and so on, and here is 0, 1, 2. So for this one, it's going to be light. For this one, it's 0 plus 1, it's going to be dark. Here it's 0 plus 2, it would be light again. For this one would be dark, and so on. And then we go here. It's 1 plus 0, it's 1, so it's dark. Then 1, 1, it's 2, it's light. 1, 2 is 3, meaning that it's light. We would go here and say, is it a dark square or is it a light square? Well, it will be dark when the, as explained, r plus c, then modulus 2 will be 1. Now, down here, we need to use this is dark on this square. So we would go and say skew dot class name, not class list, but class name is going to be, if it's dark, then dark, otherwise light. Okay, now if we go back, we can see that we have the squares here, light, dark, and to the end. Now, the other thing is that I need to style them. So I would go here, and we can have the light and the dark. And for the light, let's say the background color is like a light color, something like this, and for the dark, let's say the background is a darker color. And if we go back, we have our checkers here in place. But before leaving this part, I would just want to add one more class to this, so that this light and dark are basically for the squares. So the way that I have written the light, anything that will be having the class of light will have this color, but I want the squares only to have this color. So in order to do that, I would add a square here and a square here. Now if you go back, you can see it's back to normal because these are only light, dark, and they don't have the class of square. So let's go here and here. Let's say that the class is always square, but we would add this to it as well. Then I need to have it like this as well, right? So we have the square and then this.